Hey everybody, this is Brother Paxton. I'm coming to you from the grounds of the Oxford Presbyterian Church here in Rockbridge County, Virginia. This was one of our first stops 10 years ago when we first started coming here and taping devotions and television programs for our friends and our partners and our supporters. And I pray that these clips over the years have been a blessing to you. We have no plans to quit. We're continuing on with plans every year for new subjects, and there's some of the clips that are longer and others that are shorter, like this one. One of the first things I ever talked about here was blind Bartimaeus. So I want to read Mark chapter 10, verse 47. Here's what it says. When Bartimaeus heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth that was coming, he began to shout, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." This is always a very noteworthy case in the Bible for so many reasons. But you see, at first, Jesus seemed not to hear. He acted as if he would go on by. And sometimes life is that way. We're crying out to God, asking him for something or asking for his help in any area. And it seems like maybe God's not listening. And I'm sure that you've experienced that. But despite the apparent unconcern of the Lord in this matter, and despite the rebuke of an impatient crowd, how many of you know today that there's some Christians, sadly to say, that are impatient with you to get your blessing? I mean, they want to move right on to the next thing, and they have a tendency to overlook the blind beggar. But also, in spite of all of that, Bartimaeus could have given up. He could have quit. He could have just said, "I'm just going to go home. The crowd's mad at me. Jesus isn't stopping." But he didn't. He persisted in his cry. And that's one of the most important lessons you and I can learn. He increased his cry until Jesus was moved. And you and I can do the same thing in our lives today. I'm telling you, you can't lose by seeking God in prayer. Finally, the end of his story, the crowd listened. Jesus stopped and listened. And he gave the man his sight. I'm telling you today that there's no half-hearted attempt that will be pleasing in the sight of God. You increase the cry, Jesus will stop. He will hear you. We don't know all the reasons that God sometimes delays, but you just persistently reach out to him in prayer, and he will answer you. And your faith will not fail. Your Lord will not fail. And you will be blessed in Jesus' name. This is Brother Paxton, once again, from this beautiful Oxford Presbyterian Church in Rockbridge County, Virginia, saying, go with God, and he will go with you. Bless you now.